Cantwell.
Yeah, we do want more jobs here in America, and if you wanted more jobs right now in Ohio, you would make sure the Export-Import Bank was reauthorized. GE jobs have left Ohio because we don't have a functioning Export-Import Bank, so that should be number one. We'll talk to your colleagues and to this administration. If I could, Mr. Chairman, we had this discussion yesterday, which was about the middle-class individuals. Now, I'm all for having the broad discussion my colleague from Ohio just wanted to have, but I'm not willing to have it at the expense of Washington taxpayers. That is to say, this chart shows two earning families and an average salary for an elementary school teacher and a police officer. They have 2 kids under the age of 17, so they are trying to live the American dream. Yet, under this proposal, they will pay $900 more in taxes than they currently do. $900 more, which is less money for college education, less money for groceries, less money for a rainy day. So when we started this debate, it was about how we were going to close corporate loopholes and make sure that the tax bill paid for itself, or that we were going to close loopholes and maybe add, but not that we were going to do it on the backs of my constituents. So this number right here, $927 more for this family, which is average. Now, I think some of my colleagues think, well, that just must be an anomaly. That just must be this mythical person that you came up with. No, I've read, Mr. Abramson, our charts, the things that have been pointed out by joint tax. My estimate in my state, because 20% of my middle class is what you're saying this affects, it's more than 300,000 or could be 300,000 people in the state of Washington that this could affect. So am I reading the charts right from joint tax that they're estimating that it's 20%, Mr. Abramson? I'm going to ask Mr. Barthold a second question.
That's correct.
Okay, and Mr. Barthold, you've come up with a number that you think that this is the number that could be affected across the United States. Your number is 13 million, is that correct?
Senator Cantwell, I believe you're referring to some analysis that we did at the request of Senator Wyden, and I think I have that here somewhere, but it'll take a moment. So if you want to ask another question, I'll look it up.
Mr. Abram, is that right? We're estimating it's 13 million people?
That's correct.
Okay, so I hardly call 13 million middle-class Americans inconsequential. I hardly call it just a random thing where we're raising taxes on just a few people. 13 million people, and certainly 300,000 in my state, aren't just a few people. So the point is, Mr. Chairman, when we started this exercise, we were going to close some of these other business loopholes. We talked about that businesses were coming to telling us they wanted simplification, that they were willing to do things in order to get these. But yet we haven't done those things. Now, I don't know in the process of this markup whether we're going to continue, but did we, I mean, I don't want to distract you, Mr. Barthold, from your looking at these. Are you verifying the 13 million?
Well, I can't immediately verify the 13 million. The information that we provided to Senator Wyden's staff was a percentage calculation of percentage of taxpayers in different income categories that would have a tax increase, no tax change, or a tax decrease. And so I assume the 13 million was calculated by my friend Mr. Abraham or one of his colleagues.
Okay. Okay, I think it's actually 13.8 million. But my point is, you know, people are talking about letting states do what they want to do. Our state has a unique tax code. We've grown our economy faster than the national average every year since World War II. Now you're taking that away from us. People said they would close these loopholes. The CEO of ATT said he would give up expensing perks on the books in exchange for 20% corporate rate. Mr. Barthold, does this mark eliminate bonus depreciation, accelerated depreciation, or other expensing?
After 5 years.
So we're going to take it from my constituents in the meantime. So, Mr. Chairman, I want us to understand that these are states like Nevada, Texas, Florida, that all have tax codes that are, I would say, efficient tax codes. A lot of people have debates about them, about whether they should have a different tax structure like the rest of the country. But this is our tax system. And we do not appreciate, now, a lot of these corporations are right in our state too, and they're doing very, very, very well. And if you ask them what do they want dealt with here, they'd say, I want the immigration policy dealt with, I want a trained and skilled workforce, I want affordable housing, I want the infrastructure to work. That's what they want. And I guarantee you, none of them is going to call me up and say, yes, please gouge middle-class taxpayers in King County and make them pay $1,000 more, and please open the Arctic Wildlife Refuge, because by God, I can't be competitive without it. I guarantee you they're not going to call me up and say that. So I hope that, I'll be happy to send my colleague from Louisiana the details here. So I hope that we can come to some resolution, because the day that you switched over to making the state and local deductions the major pay for in this bill, along with this huge deficit, is the day you made a mistake. And gouging middle-class families to pay for the corporation breaks that you want to give is just wrong. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.